Blessed morning, wonderful people. Thanks for coming into my channel. And we are here to listen to some wisdom, as always. This is the Hario Akwan channel. Your Monday are always coming your way with some wisdom that we can share together. And we give thanks for the life. Waking up this morning with all the life. All we can do is give thanks. I hear people say, by the grace. But there's been questions about it. Whether those people who didn't wake up in the morning, who died yesterday, who died a few days ago, or who might have even died as I'm talking, doesn't mean that they didn't have the grace, but the life is what I say we give thanks. And we are all about life. We are all about promoting life. And this channel is one of the channels that talks about life. This channel is purposely made for life, promoting life, pro-life. So, welcome again to this channel. Your number one great channel that deals with societal issue, environmental issues. This your Monday once again. If this is your first time joining my channel, do me a favor and hit the like and also subscribe. Come on, let's discuss. So today, City FM came out with a research that they have done. And they said that 2.3 million Ghanaian children, peoples, don't have desks to sit on. People were quick to blame the government. But then, I'll tell you something. I was born in the 80s. So I grew up through the mid-80s, through the 90s. And then I know what education was during that time. During that time, those who remember going to school in the 90s and the 80s, remember that you have to buy decks. Your parents had to buy decks for you to take to school. Especially when you are going to the JSS. And even in the primary school, your parents had to buy your decks, buy your books, buy your everything. School was not free. Today you have education where most of the public education is free. And now, your children don't have desks to sit on. This is the problem here. You go to those rural areas, the people living there have the reasoning, the mind, the knowledge that they need a church. So they come together, they donate money, they raise money. And if they start the church under a tree, within a month, you see them relocate to a new place, build a church, buy instruments, buy chairs, and yet they can contribute and say, why are our children sitting under the trees? If they are going to get education to become a better people one day, why can't we use the same energy that we channel to build a church? Because you are building a church for a God you are not going to see, for a God you don't see, a God that doesn't even need your help. Your children need that most help more than the church. Now you are putting offering together to give to a pastor who then takes his child to a better school where the children have better facilities, decks, they don't have to worry about decks. And you, I don't know what it's our mind at all. The mind is so damaged that we think that everything the government has to do it. Decks. And most of these places, sometimes they show is the places that they've been cutting down wood and timber and all that and taking it away, exporting them. Yet you are able to contribute money, build a church, buy instruments, buy chairs. But you don't, for your own children's sake, you can put money together as a community and make decks for your children to sit down and learn to become the future leaders that we want them to become. You are to be blamed. You, the parents, are to be blamed. You can't be blaming government for everything all the time. I'm sick and tired of all this. Think, my people. You are not thinking at all. How can you build a room or a building for a God that was not even asked you to build a church? You build it, but you can't build a classroom for your children. Let's go back to history. If you read Walter Woodney's book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, it talks about when the so-called formal education started in Africa. When the missionaries started it, our parents contributed money to build all these missionary schools. They brought whatever they had contribute together. If the community can come together, they can make decks for their children. The government has to do. We are expecting the government to build roads. We are expecting the government to subsidize softwares. We are expecting the government to do everything. Well, we know the government the government has not been doing what it promised to do. But there are some things we can do for ourselves. If we look at the history of America and the West, people were doing stuff, and the big things that they can do, like motorways and all that. That's what the government was doing, to connect urban areas together, to connect agriculture area to the urban area. The government controls big, but these are little things that if you are thinking, our people are not thinking. My people, you are not thinking. Why is it that everything has to be government? This is just simple thing that my people, we can do for ourselves. Well, so what I'm saying is that instead of contributing money and buying a Casio organ to be played in the church, conker and all those things, God don't need them. God has never come nowhere to ask us to buy all those things for him. Our children are the most important and the first priority, to make sure our children have a desk to sit on and learn. So my people, this is what I have to say. It's the same thing with we talking about toilets. You have the sense that you have to eat and survive. But to shit, you need a government to come and build a toilet for you. Come and build a toilet facility for you. What kind of a human being are we? What kind of a people are we at all? When are we going to realize that we need to think ourselves out of the problems? The government, my people, I'm so vexed that we are refusing to think. So, well, this is the tricking question. Are you going to allow your children to still continue to sit under trees and blame the government, or you are going to wake up as a community and come together with a small money and then make decks for your children so that they can also sit on decks and enjoy education? The government provide them with teachers. So this is a little thing you can also do to help your children. So this is your Monday once again coming your way, always with something positive. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I come your way next time. Peace, light, love.